Hey, you there. Happy New Year once again to you all. I believe your season went well. Thank you for stopping by. It's been a long time. I have been struggling to calculate my neck circumference for my senators, my shirt, and for my dresses that I make until I came about this particular formula that has helped me to achieve a better fit for my neck on my clothes, my dress, my shirt, and my kaftans. So if it is something that you are interested to know the formula that I use, then grab your pen and paper and some calculator and let's jump into the calculation that will give you a better fit on the neck circumference. So if you are new to my channel, you are warmly welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified immediately. Without further talking, let's get into the video properly. So now, here is my back panel. I have already cut my back panel and I am folding a dart because I'm doing a design at the back of my kaftan. So here is my front as well. I have already placed it on. So now, let's begin the drafting of our neck. But before we get to our neck circumference, what we'll do, we are going to divide our shoulder width by 2. In my own case is 18. So I will mark my 9 inches and I will go down on my center front and mark 9 inches as well. And then I'm going to connect the markings with my straight ruler. Now from my shoulder line, I will go down by 2 inches, which is going to be my shoulder slope. And from my shoulder slope, the 2 inches, I will come up by 3.5 inches. Before we draft our neck, let me take you to the formula that has helped me to achieve my neck circumference perfectly. So to get the formula, let's start. First of all, we will need our around neck circumference. So I'm writing my A and standing for my around neck, and then I'm going to divide it by 6.28 as you saw on my thumbnail. Now all what we are going to do will be around this particular number, which is 6.28. So now before we get into the drafting, you remember whilst I was folding my front panel and my back panel, one was longer than one. So this square that I have created represents my front panel, and the red line is going to be for my back panel. So in this formula that I'm using, you remember I made an 3.5 inches overlap on the shoulder, and that 3.5 inches on the shoulder is what I'm going to use. A lot of people use 4 inches or 4.5 inches. Even though I do use them, but they have different formula for the 4 inches and the 4.5 inches that you see me pointing on. So I normally use it for a plus size, a person who has a big neck, and so on and so forth. So in this particular formula that I'm going to show, I'm going to use the 3.5. The reason is the 3.5 is what I normally use for my kaftan. So let's go into it. But before we go into it, we will need the width of our neck circumference, and then we will need the length of our neck circumference, in which we are going to do all our calculation around our 6.28. Okay, so now before we start, let's go with the width, which is horizontally on the center front only, on the front part only. So now we are starting with the width. To get the width, what we do is we are going to need our around neck, okay, and we are going to divide it by 6.28, and we will minus 0.25, which is going to be for the width. the around neck divided by 6.28 minus 0.25. Put this number in your head. This is going to be for the width. And let me show you an example. On this kaftan, the neck I'm using is 17.5 inches. Okay, and I'm going to divide it by 6.28. So it's going to give me 2.78 with some numbers if you check it on your calculator. So this number, I'm going to approximate it to 2.75. Okay, it's going to be 2.75, and I'm going to minus 0.25 from it. So it's going to give me 2.5. So this is the 2.5 we have as our value, and that 2.5 is what we are going to mark like you see me doing there, and it's going to be our weight. So this is the formula for the weight. Now let's go for the length of our neck circumference, which is going to be vertically from our front only. Okay, so on the length we will need our around neck divided by 6.28, and this time we are going to add 0.25 to it. Remember, when we are doing for the width, it was minus 0.25. You can see it there. But on the length, we are going to add 0.25 to it. For example, our neck circumference, remember, is 17.5 inches. Okay, so this is my 17.5 inches. I'm going to divide it by 6.28, which is going to give me the 2.78 that I approximate it to 2.75. So I'm going to write my 2.75 like this. That's the number we have. So remember, it's the same number we had for the width. So the 2.75, guys, sorry for this particular writing mistake. I'm going to add my 0.25 to it, and it's going to give me 3 inches. Remember, 2.75 plus 0.25 is going to give me 3 inches. That's what I'm going to mark for the length of my neck circumference. So after marking it like this, I'm going to connect it with a curve like this. So this is the best formula I have been using for my shirt, my kaftan, and so on. So now let's get into the video of the drafting itself. So first of all, I'm going to horizontally mark my 2.5 we calculated in our formula, and then I will come vertically and mark my 3 inches. So if you have forgotten this part, go back and rewatch it again and come back, and I will mark my 3 inches horizontally and 2.5 vertically and connect a square like this. Okay, and then I will bring in my French curve to connect my neck circle or my neck circumference for the front, and then I'm going to connect my neck tip to my shoulder like this, my shoulder slope, and I will come up by 3.5 inches, and I'll come further and mark and connect my lines with my ruler like this. So guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so by hitting the subscribe button and turning on your notification bell for more educative content like this. Now what I'm going to do is to mark 1/2 inch on my shoulder slope for the front. You can see me doing that, and I'm going to fold my back overlap at the exactly 1/2 inch on my center front. Then I'm going to press it like this. So guys, do well. If you are learning something from this video, hit the like button right now. Now on the front, on the back panel, on that sharp edge, I'm going to mark 2 inch inward like this, and then I'm going to connect that point to my neck semicircle on the front like this. You can see what we have here. Now, before we cut out our neck circumference, we'll first of all need to measure to see whether if this formula really works. Remember, our neck circumference is 17.5, and if you divide it by 2, you get 8¾ or 8.75, and this is exactly what we have, 8.75 for our neck. So this is the best formula. I can assure you, you can use it for all your kaftans and some of your dresses. Okay, so now I'm doing the cutouts. So guys, do well to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified immediately. Now on that same tape, I will go down by 1 inch, and I'm going to cut a curved line to that 2 inches mark. Okay, here is our formula to get best neck circumference. So guys, if you have learned so much from this video, make sure you subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell, and make sure that you share this video to your colleagues, your loved ones, your people around you, to learn more about how to use this formula to get a perfect neck circumference for their dresses. Before I go, remember, upgrade is a must. See you in our next video. Bye.